Welcome to the Medina Basketball Podcast. Rob Walgate sitting with Medina Bees varsity head coach Chris Hassinger and varsity assistant coach Bill Geschke. The day after a victory in the district final, sending the Bees back to the regional at Cleveland State this Wednesday at 8 p.m. And Coach, hard-fought victory as your cell phone buzzes and goes off. Everyone offering congratulatory texts and messages and looking for scouting reports, but hard-fought victory on Saturday evening over Walsh.
Yeah, we were really proud of the kids because Walsh kind of punched us a couple times and got back in the game, and our kids were able to finish strong. We were proud of them.
Well, as you look forward to Wednesday night, both regional games will take place at the Wolstein Center. First game, Shaker versus Canton McKinley at 6:15, followed by Medina Mentor at 8. But it goes to show you, there's three teams from the conference at the regional battling for a trip to the Final Four.
We know we play in one of the toughest leagues in the state of Ohio, and obviously that's what helps prepare us for this run here. And it's gonna be kind of nice the first round to not have to worry about so much of a scouting report because you're very familiar with the team. But on the other hand, they know us really well.
Well, when you look back at the games, there was a victory here at home against Mentor the first go-round, and then the second time you went on the road there, and I think that's one that left a bad taste in everyone in the program's mouth and even some of the fans as they had that drive home down 271 on that Friday evening from one that I think admittedly you say you let slip away as a team?
Absolutely, but we were talking about last night, again this morning, that those are what makes you tough. The games that you let slip away sometimes you learn more from those than the ones you get your butt kicked in.
Well, one thing that I love about this team, and it was evident on Saturday night, you got out to a lead, and then Walsh seemed to be able to punch back. You held them very low scoring in the second quarter. Then in the third quarter, they made a run and cut it to 3, and then you look up again, and Medina's up 15. So what's that say about this team you have and how they're able to handle adversity throughout the game when things happen?
Well, our kids are pretty smart. They know when you get to the round of 32, everybody's good. There's no bad teams left. And our kids know from playing in tough games this year, even when we won by 15, 20 points, teams are going to make runs because they have good players. There's very few teams that don't have at least one or two kids that can score and get you back in the game. And, our kids just are resilient. We've prepared them for this. We put a schedule together for this. Our practices are similar. Coach Geschke, Coach Sturm, Coach Heath, Coach Sharvett, those guys really get after kids in practice and get them ready for these situations.
So talk to us about practice over the next couple days as you prepare for Mentor on Wednesday evening. As you said, you know what they do. They know what you do. So it comes down to a little bit of a chess match. I know Coach Krasancic and you have had some battles over the years, some fun games. And the thing about both teams is the offensive firepower that will be at hand, and both teams like to get after it, run, and put some points on the board. So it should be extremely entertaining for the fans in the building.
Yeah, it's two of the top teams, and I've thought we've been a top 10 team in the state of Ohio as well as Mentor for the whole season. And they've got 4 really good kids and a nice supporting cast, so we know them very well. I think our practices will be basically talking about personnel. We know mostly their sets, their baseline out of bounds, their side out of bounds, what they're going to do defensively. But now it just comes down to known personnel, trying to take away strengths, because that's what it comes down to. That's why they have so many kids that can score at a high level.
So if you're in Coach Krasancic's shoes, and we'll put Coach Geschke on the spot here, if you're in Coach Krasancic's shoes, as you would be preparing for the Bees, when you look at Medina's roster and what you guys like to do, what would you say, they're going to try and take away that you guys need to be ready for?
Well, they obviously want to try to take away Kyle and Corey's drives, but they play a very normal style of they press, they want to transition, they want to run. They're just not a team that's going to try to come up with a special defense to stop our players. They're going to play their game, and we're going to play our game, and it should be fun.
They're going to say, hey, you got to do what you got to do to stop us, and both teams are going to be at their best, so that should be a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. And one thing I would say with Coach Hassinger, he's held our kids accountable all year from a defensive standpoint, and our defense has gotten better and better. since the end of the year, and I think that could be the difference maker in this regional game.
Well, there's a lot of people that are looking forward to it, and a lot of people that have kind of circled it on their calendar because obviously the Sweet 16. It's a goal for everyone to get to Sweet 16, but now that you've gotten to the Sweet 16, there's no secret what is 2 steps away to win. Do you talk about that with the kids? Do you mention it, or is it strictly there's a business trip on Wednesday to downtown Cleveland?
Well, our motto's been just win one, but we do have 5 games up on our board in the locker room, and we just mark one off each time. But we do definitely just focus on one. We're not talking about state. We know how good Menor is. We want to make sure our kids don't look ahead, and I think they're pretty smart. They know what's ahead of them.
Talk to us about the game on Saturday night against Walsh. If there's something, right now the film's on the board. We were just watching some plays. Is there anything that you're saying, well, I'd like to clean up that just a little bit before we head into the game Wednesday night?
Well, here's the thing. That Walsh game was such a slow-tempo game, and they ran a lot of zones, so we weren't able to go as deep on the bench as we liked for as many minutes. So our subs and our bench are going to have to be ready to play bigger minutes because it's going to be a much faster-paced game. It's going to be more similar to what we've played all season long, so we just got to get those kids ready because we know our kids that played big minutes in that game will be ready.
Well, and your kids throughout the year have played in a number of big games. When you play in the league that you do during the regular season, there's a lot of big games. And a lot of times those games can be on the road in hostile environments. Coach Geschke, so as you prepare to go to the Wolstein Center, the fans are a bit off the court. It is a bit different, but there's going to be a lot of fans there. There's going to be a lot of people there. And it can turn into an environment where you're not, I think there'll be a lot of neutral basketball fans there that seem to ride the wave of emotion. So whoever gets on a run, it's going to get loud for them.
Yeah, sure. And one thing, each summer we go down to Cleveland State and play in their summer league games, and so we're very comfortable there. We like playing there. I think our kids are ready for that environment. They've played on that court. We shoot the ball well there. And so I think they're exciting. I think, we had a huge crowd last night, and they did a great job rooting us. Our swarm came out really good last night, and we just feed off of that. And the way we play with our defense and our intensity, our crowd really helps us feed on that a little bit too.
As someone that's been around the program for so long, you've had 2 kids pass through the program, current son on the varsity squad now. You see this group click, you see them be together, you see how you guys as coaches hold them together. What's it mean to you, not only as an assistant coach, but also a dad, to get to experience this?
I've won some district championships in my life with as coaches. Winning one with my son was probably one of the top 6 things in my life. Having my children, getting married, my relationship with Christ, we're all up there. But I told my son before the game, I said, if we could win a district championship together, it would be an unbelievable feeling. I went home last night, and after all the emotion, I went upstairs and I hugged my wife and I cried. It was just amazing.
Coach Hass, as you hear him say that, how's that make you feel to know that's one of a number of guys on your coaching staff? And I know you have a relationship with all of them, but how does that make you feel as the leader of this squad?
No, it's awesome. And, this has been able to share a bunch with Coach Sturm as well, because I shared one with him as a player. And, these are hard to get. Number 7 in our school history. It is very difficult to get, and, just special moments. And the awesome thing about Brandon Geschke, too, is he has a conference championship. His 2 brothers don't have a conference and a district championship. So he's got a little bit of trash talking time. And it's just fun. It's just fun. And I told the boys, because I don't think we got a chance to enjoy the last 2 wins. This one we're going to enjoy for a day. We are. We're coming in today. We're going to watch film. We're going to shoot around, make sure we stay on the court. But we want the boys to enjoy it today, too.
Well, best wishes on Wednesday evening. I know there will be a large contingent headed up 71 North to get to the Wolstein Center. The first game of the evening at 6:15 p.m. is Canton-McKinley against Shaker Heights. Medina versus Menor at 8 p.m. We're following that game depending on how late it ends, late night. And the winners will meet on Saturday at 2 p.m.
Yeah. We're really excited about it, but the biggest thing I noticed right now is Coach Geschke didn't realize a podcast didn't have video. He's sitting here in a suit and tie, so we just need to prepare him a little bit better.
Next time we'll let him know. We asked him to be a part of this, and he came dressed for the part. So we appreciate that. Well, best wishes to the Bees, and we'll see you on Wednesday night at the Wolstein Center.